Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into this really powerful story. It's all about how a pure soul can get totally corrupted and what that whole process reveals about, well, reality itself. Let's get right into it. So, at the very heart of this thing, you've got these two totally opposing forces. On one side, there's Shang Meng, a young guy who's so pure he's described as a white cloth. A complete blank slate. And on the other side, we have Yu Padi. She's a sophisticated woman from Bangkok. And she's not just worldly, you see. She's a master of influence, someone who really understands how to shape the people around her. Now, Shang Meng, he's not just some average nice guy. He's more like an ideal, The guy's in his 20s and has zero interest in romance. His whole weekend, it's all prayer and study. The source material says his ideal is absolute good. And this incredible purity isn't just a fluke. It comes from what are called habit energies, these deep tendencies carried over from past lives. He's basically what the story calls a sweet fool. And that mix of devotion and total naivete, it makes him admirable, sure, but also incredibly vulnerable. Okay, so you've got this incredible purity, right? But in a story like this, that's never a shield. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It becomes a target. It's like a magnet for a certain kind of corruption, one that's patient and subtle and doesn't use force. It just slowly stains that pure white cloth. The source material actually has a name for this process, hunduk. Think of it like a constant, super gradual molding. It's not a one-and-done thing. It's a relentless campaign. First, she gets him to read worldly books, full of romance and things he's never been exposed to. Then, she fakes being vulnerable, pretending she's scared of heights, making him feel like he needs to be her protector. All the while, his own uncle, the master of the estate, is purposefully setting up situations for them to be alone, putting Shang Meng's purity to the ultimate test. And this whole battle for his soul, it gets perfectly summed up by these two books he's given. It's like a fork in the road, right? On one side, you've got The Prophet, which talks about a selfless kind of love, one that doesn't try to possess anyone. And on the other side, you've got A Doll's House, which is all about worldly drama, attachment, and exactly the kind of romance that Yu Padi is selling. So as Shang Meng starts to fall for her, his journey becomes this perfect case study for a core Buddhist teaching. It's called the Four Distorted Views. And these are basically the fundamental mistakes in how we see the world that are a guaranteed ticket to suffering. His story isn't just some drama. It's a living, breathing example of these huge philosophical errors. All right, so his first mistake, it's a classic. I mean, we've all been there, right? He takes this fleeting feeling, this rush, and he convinces himself it's going to last forever. He sees something temporary and thinks it's permanent. He just gets completely swept up in it. He's literally singing about an everlasting love, convinced that this one beautiful moment is going to last until the sky falls. And the source material just lays it bare, calling it what it is, a complete deception. He's mistaking the high for something real and permanent. The second mistake, this one is just as common, but maybe even more dangerous. He starts to see suffering as pleasure. He looks at this path of drama and attachment and actually believes it's the road to real happiness. And here's the really wild part. The manipulator here, Yu Padi, she admits it. She knows from her own life that this path is nothing but pain. And yet, what does she tell him? She sells it to him as so good, incredibly good. It's like she's knowingly handing him poison and calling it nectar. Okay, so this is where the story takes a turn and gets really, really interesting. You have his uncle, right? The wise master of the whole place, a guy with deep spiritual understanding. So why on earth would he just stand by and watch this happen? I mean, we saw that he even helped set it up. Why wouldn't he protect his nephew? And the answer? Wow. The master's reason is as profound as it is kind of chilling. He says, practice is the sole criterion for testing truth. Think about that. In other words, theories are nice, but the only way to really know if something is true is to experience it yourself. So that's the key, right there. The master's logic is that Shang Meng wasn't clueless. He knew the theories. He'd read the books about impermanence and suffering. But knowing the words on a page is one thing. To truly understand it, To have it become part of you, he couldn't just read about getting his heart broken. He had to actually live it. He had to be broken by it. And you can see his downfall happen step by step. It's fast and it's complete. He starts out as this humble, respectful guy. Then the first crack appears. It seems so small, he just picks a flower, but he's consciously defying a lesson from his uncle. And from there, it's a freefall. He becomes this aggressive, angry figure, and asura, the text calls it, yelling at the housekeeper who's just trying to help. By the end, the corruption is absolute. He's lost all humility. He won't even show his own master basic respect. And the result of all this is, well, it's tragic. The source uses this incredibly powerful metaphor. That pure white cloth of his soul, it's been tossed into a giant vat of black dye, and now it's stained. Yeah, you can wash it, but that stain, it's never coming out completely. The innocence is gone, and it feels like it's gone for good. But just when you think the story's over, that it's just this complete tragedy, the master comes in with one final, totally mind-bending lesson. He looks at this broken man, this stained soul, and he says something incredible. Your true nature is never stained. That which can be stained is not fundamentally you. Whoa, that just reframes the entire story, doesn't it? And that leaves us with this final, really provocative thought to chew on. What if this entire drama we just witnessed, the hurt, the corruption, the stains we all pick up in our lives, what if it's happening to a version of ourselves that isn't the real us? I mean, if the part of you that gets hurt and stained isn't who you really are, then what are you?